Social media brain rot will literally have people dead in your face, making you feel like you're a loser for not having 100 grand saved up at the ripe age of 20, not living in some high rise in freaking New York City, paying 10 grand a month in rent, and not driving the latest freaking G-Wagon. Society and these abysmal social media standards will literally have regular ass 21-year-old people feeling like they're a loser, and for no reason. Okay, obviously there are exceptions and we love to see it. Good for these people. We love to see young people prosper. Okay, this is not a video shitting on successful people. We want to be like that, right? However, it comes to a point. Don't let social media think that you're behind in life because of these crazy standards. You are not a loser for not meeting these insane expectations. Okay, let's just get that right out there. You are not a loser, but you know what does make you a loser? Having a loser mindset. And what's a loser mindset, you might ask me? I'm so glad you asked. In this video, I'm going to break down everything that makes someone a loser, and spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with how much money you make, the house you live in, the car you drive, or your occupation in life, okay? Let's just get that right out the window. That has nothing to do with being a loser. Being a loser is very much a mindset, just like being a winner is also a mindset, okay? And we want to be living in the vibration of a winner mindset. That is what's going to make all of us succeed, okay? So if you want to learn how to not be a loser, keep watching this video. And if you're one of the few people watching who wants to be a loser, I guess watch too. You can learn about what to do, okay? Let's get right into it. Obviously kidding, guys. Anyone who watches my channel is on that growth mindset. I already know anyone who subscribes to me is automatically not a loser just for doing that. Let's get that right out there already. The first thing that makes someone a loser is having a victim mindset and constantly self-sabotaging. If you're so stuck in this narrative in your mind that the world is so cruel to you and everyone was mean to you growing up and that's why you are the way you are now and that's why you can't succeed in life and you can't move past it because you're so traumatized, nobody cares. The world's gonna keep spinning, life is gonna keep moving. It is ultimately your responsibility to take care of that shit and move forward with your life. And I don't mean to discredit anyone's trauma, anyone's terrible upbringing. Like, I deeply sympathize. Trust me, I get it, girl. A girl been through it herself, okay? But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that that is a justification to not do shit with your life and use that as an excuse for why you don't do shit. Like, every single human on this earth has been through trauma. Every single person has been hurt. Every single person has gone through something terrible. What makes the difference between a loser and a winner is someone who decides to, even against all that, propel forward. A loser doesn't know how to use his resources to his advantage. Listen, we are living in one of the most glorious times. Despite all the negative times of today, you can't not admit we are living in the era of information. You could literally learn a new skill in 2 weeks to a month. You could get verified for a skill. There are so many opportunities in front of you for learning, for networking, for building businesses. You have literally the internet, first of all, which is a huge asset these days. Like, I swear to God, there are so many tools online. You can literally make a whole career from your phone these days. Like, we are living in different times for real. And not just that, you could learn from so many people using technology, and you could reach out and network through connecting online. Like, you can use so many of your resources around you to propel in life. And someone with a winner mentality is going to be aware of those things and then use those tools accordingly to move forward in whatever direction they see fit. Having a winner mindset means even if you don't have much to begin with and you were kind of dealt a bad hand in life, you still are able to find a way to work with what you've got and make something amazing out of nothing. I don't know if you guys have seen that one movie. It's like a band, right? Or a musical group. And essentially they don't have enough money for instruments. So what they did is they would use like kitchen utensils and household items and make like music and beats out of those utensils and then make a beautiful, you know, harmony music out of it. And eventually they got like super famous for their music. And it just tells such a valuable lesson of not waiting until you have the perfect moment, all the perfect equipment to start. And truly, when you have not much or limited resources around you, you could still go out and venture into the world, be creative, and use what you can find. Use what you've got around you immediately to start whatever asset or avenue you want to go into. And I promise you, yeah, people might make fun of you at first, people might talk shit about you, but overall, you're just going to elevate more and more and more until you can invest in those higher quality materials that will help you grow even more in your chosen avenue. I've seen that movie in a long time. I think I have a little bit of the logistics wrong. It's been a long time, but if any of you guys remember what that movie's called, let me know. I'm gonna try to find it and put it in the description, but yeah, don't hate me if I got a little bit of the details wrong. A loser constantly makes excuses. Someone that constantly has a I can't mentality just simply doesn't want something bad enough, because if you really want something bad enough, there is no obstacle in the world that can be that big enough that will get in the way of your goals and your dream life. Now, this one's really important. You need to have your own definition of success. You cannot let what society says is successful warp your own definition of success. What I see as success might not be what you see as success. For instance, for me, success looks like being able to make an income from creativity, from having time to yourself, from having freedom to wake up every single day and be creative. You need to be very honest with yourself and have a conversation about what success means to you and what that looks like. If you're constantly chasing society's version of success, you're never going to feel fulfilled or have any trust in yourself. A loser is scared to take up space, while a winner is glad to take up space. You need to start assuming that you are inherently likable. If you are constantly living with this fear that you are awkward and weird and people don't like you, you are going to be so scared to talk to anyone, and you have to let that shit go. Even if you do think you're weird, and there's nothing wrong with being weird, you have to still assume that you provide value into every room you walk in. Anywhere you walk into, you know you're an asset and you're able to talk to anybody, learn something new. When you have a confidence about yourself that makes you able to talk to anyone about anything, and you know that even if someone dislikes you, you'll be good, you will always win in life, because the opinion of someone isn't gonna send you into a shamble. See, this is easier said than done. I'm still working on it. It could be a little hard, especially if you grew up being a little awkward, you know, like we've all been there. But as you get older, this is something that you need to work on. It's like a muscle that you build with time, for sure. And this is probably the most important one of all. If you don't want to be a loser, you need to have some form of momentum or motion. You cannot be stagnant. You have to constantly be evolving and trying something new or learning or growing, just constantly in a stage of evolvement, right? This is not to say that you're never having periods of rest or time of, self-reflection, but in general, you're constantly trying to improve. You're constantly doing something. There's always a project or an idea or something you're building on. And that is what makes you inherently an interesting person, because you have passion, you have interest, you have momentum. You always have something you're working toward. How you spend your free time matters. If you are spending every free second you have just scrolling on TikTok, mindlessly consuming, engaging in unhealthy activities, never having time to be healthy and go to the gym, what positive impact are you having on your life? Your time is very valuable, and every single second you have to yourself, you want to spend it in a way that is in somewhat of benefit to you. And if you are just wasting your precious time, that is only going to be of detriment to you. You need to start holding yourself accountable for your bad habits and try to replace them for healthier habits. Obviously, we're not perfect. We're going to mess up every now and then, and definitely don't beat yourself up. But more often than not, you should be trying to replace those habits into good habits. Be okay with asking questions and asking for help. I feel like a lot of the times people think they need to have everything figured out on their own, but there is truly such power in asking for help and remaining curious, because the only way you'll continue to learn and grow and have new experiences and garner knowledge is through asking questions. And a lot of people sometimes get scared to ask questions out of fear of being perceived as dumb. I know this was me for a long time, But honestly, there is truly no such thing as a dumb question, and you will never regret asking a question because you never know what opportunity it can open or what you can learn from that. So don't be afraid to go up to people and ask questions and, you know, put yourself out there. That is all I have for today's video. If you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate all of you guys. And just a gentle reminder that if you are just simply thinking about putting in work in yourself and you are trying to improve and do better, just by that, you are already not a loser just because you are trying to improve. And you can never be a loser as long as you're trying. And that kind of goes into my final point of the video. The only way to really be a loser consistently is to just stop trying. You're truly only a loser when you stop trying. When you fully give up on yourself, on life, on your goals, on your dreams, only then are you truly a loser. If you are always getting up and trying every single day, even if you fail 10 times, even if you fail 20 times, even if you fail for decades and you don't take a W until you're in your 70s, you are still not a loser. You know why not? Because you were living throughout all of that time. Throughout all those failed experiences, you were literally living your life and learning. As long as you're learning and trying and getting up, you can never be a loser. And with that knowledge, I am going to go to bed. Good night, you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys.